Welcome guys to the MythBusters series episode 24. In this video, we will be looking at some of the interesting myths about the new update Dino-Ground. Starting with first myth, the last bullet fired from any weapon deals more damage than the others. So to test this myth, I am going to shoot this opponent using the last bullet in the mag and compare it to the damage caused by the first bullet to see if there's any damage difference. But unfortunately, both the last and first bullet caused the same amount of damage, so the myth is busted. The last bullet does not deal more damage than the others. Moving on to the next myth, if you crash a vehicle on an obstacle you will get approximately the same damage as the vehicle. This seems like a very interesting myth to test, as you can see, both I and the vehicle are at full health. Now I will crash into this wall to observe the resulting damage. It appears that the damage is very similar, but it's not the same. Sometimes you get more damaged, sometimes the vehicle gets more damaged. I have crashed this vehicle multiple times, and I was getting more damage than the vehicle itself, so the myth is busted. Moving on to the next myth, you can stop a T-Rex with a pan. As you can see, the T-Rex is coming towards me. I'm going to throw the pan to see if T-Rex stops moving. T-Rex did stop for a while when the pan hit him, so in the T-Rex's view, when the pan gets hit, the speed drops, and sometimes T-Rex will scream. But T-Rex won't come to a complete stop when you throw a pan. It will only slow down or stop for a while and continue moving, so the myth is busted. You cannot stop T-Rex by throwing a pan. Moving on to the next myth, with Flying Dinosaur you can stop or crash the glider in mid-air. I will attempt to stop the glider by crashing into it with Pterosaurs. It does work. The glider crashes down, so the myth is confirmed. You can stop the glider by crashing into it. Not only the glider, our next myth says you can also stop T-Rex with Flying Dinosaur, and T-Rex cannot kill him when the dinosaur is flying. So here's the Flying Dinosaur and I will run into it with T-Rex. Surprisingly, nothing happened to the Flying Dinosaur, and T-Rex is not moving any further, even in dash mode, so the myth is confirmed. Moving on to the next myth. T-Rex will cross the military base bridge by going on its sides, so if you try to cross in the military base bridge with T-Rex, you will get blocked by these poles, since T-Rex is very tall. Now let's go on the sides to see if we can walk. This is very surprising that you can walk on the military base bridge sidewalks with T-Rex to cross the bridge, so the myth is confirmed, and this must be way faster than walking on water. Moving on to the next myth, T-Rex cannot damage bicycle and the player riding in it. To test this myth, here I'm riding the bicycle and the T-Rex is going to walk over me. Shockingly, nothing happens to me, and the bicycle doesn't have any health, so it won't blow up, and the myth is confirmed. However, sometimes you can get damaged or killed when the T-Rex steps on you. Anyway, moving on to the next myth, you can damage enemy in tall buildings or roof while flying with Pterosaurs just by dashing them. So here's the enemy. Now I will dash into the enemy with Pterosaurs. Surprisingly, the enemy didn't receive any damage from this dash, and the Pterosaurs cannot go through the enemy, it just moves alongside the enemy. So the myth is busted. Moving on to the next myth, you can throw Molotov on a T-Rex saddles or seats. To test this myth, I will throw a Molotov on the seats of this T-Rex. The Molotov explodes on the seats, but the flames go on the ground. I have thrown the Molotov multiple times, but the flames will always go on the ground, so the myth is busted. I even attempted throwing a grenade, but it simply fell off the seats. This is so weird. Now moving on to the last myth, if you hit a dinosaur with vehicle it will instantly stop. Let's first try to stop T-Rex with this vehicle. I'm most likely sure T-Rex will run over this vehicle. And it sure does run over the vehicle, but now let's try with Velociraptors. This dinosaur gets stuck, and it's still running somehow at 90 speed, so the myth is confirmed. You can stop Velociraptors with a vehicle, but it has to be big enough to block the Velociraptor from jumping away. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. If you have any myths about this new update that you would like to share, let me know in the comments. Or you could join my Discord server, I might reply to your questions over there. And also you will find hundreds of layout controls and settings from 2 fingers to 6-finger claw, so you can look at their layout to create your own custom controls. And you could also post your controls and settings here, so it might help other players like you. Join my Discord server, link is in the description and also in the pinned comment. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe for more upcoming videos like these. See you guys in the next one.